What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Classic Chronicles. I hope everybody enjoyed their weekend and is ready to conquer the week that is. And on this episode, we're going to be talking some professional wrestling, and and that in the form of WWE Backlash. So, Backlash went down this past Saturday afternoon from Lyon, France. Oh man, what a show it was, and not the matches were great, which we'll get into in a second. But the real star of that show of Backlash 2024, with all as is with all international pay per views, is that crowd, man. That crowd was just electric, and uh, I don't know if you guys watch wrestling, but you know. One of the Triple H, like the head boss of WWE, he put out a tweet saying that he received a noise notice for the decibel level inside the arena, like the for SmackDown the night before, and I wouldn't be surprised if he got another one for Backlash, because the arena was literally shaking. Like the camera, when they were getting shots of the crowd and stuff like that, and during the action, it was literally shaking. So, and that crowd is just unbelievable. International crowds, man. And what a time to be alive. What a time to be a wrestling fan. But anyway, let's get into the card itself. The night kicked off with a tag team match featuring RKO, which is Randy Orton and Kevin Owens, taking on Solo Sikoa and the newly acquired Tama Tonga from. He prior to WWE, he was in New Japan both a singles competitor and as a tag team with his brother Tongaloa, and they were the Gorillas of Destiny. And keep that name in mind, because we're gonna get back to Tongaloa in a second. But anyway, but man, what a way to kick off Backlash, man. These four men cannot keep their hands off each other. And obviously, Kevin Owens, who has had his problems with the bloodline, and we are, like Paul Heyman said a long time ago, this is only the third core of the story, and this is it's nowhere near over. There's so many different directions that the bloodline storyline can go in, and it is just beautiful storytelling. But man, these four men can barely keep their hands off each other before the bell started, and the general manager of SmackDown, Nick Aldis, came out and declared that since they couldn't keep their hands off each other and wanted to put their hands on security and officials and everything, that it would now be a street fight, and it lived up to its name. These four men just went out and just beat the crap out of each other, and it was a hell of a match. In the end, Tongaloa, which I just mentioned a second ago, he came out and assisted Solo Sikoa and Tomatunga in the victory over Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. And let's see where this goes, because another member of the bloodline, Jacob Fatu, is supposed to be coming to WWE, and we'll see where he fits in all this. It's just a litany of things that you can do with this storyline, and I'm very, very excited to see where it goes. Anyway, next up, you had a triple threat match for the WWE Women's Championship. It was Naomi uh, versus Tiffany Stratton versus new women's champion Bailey. Bailey coming off her fresh title win at WrestleMania, defeating Io Sky. This was her first pay per view title defense. And it was a great match. Cool spots, and Tiffany Stratton, who's the freshest freshest out of all three of these competitors in terms of years in the business. She's only been in the business about 2.5 3 years, but she wrestles like she's been in doing this 10 15 years, and it's great to see. She's going to be a star. Hell, she already is a star. I enjoy watching her work a lot, and major props to her, even though she did not come out on top. And nice to see Naomi back on PLEs again in competition, and also Bailey, man. She never quite got her WrestleMania moment, and this past WrestleMania she did get it, and hopefully she keeps the momentum going for a long time. So Bailey ended up picking up the win and retaining her WWE Women's Championship. But major props to all three women. And then next up, you had the WWE World Heavyweight Championship being defended when the new champion Damian Priest, when he coming off his Money in the Bank cash in at WrestleMania, took on main event Jey Uso. So man, and Jey Uso, another star in the making. He was a tag team competitor with his brother Jimmy in the Usos for about a decade and a half in WWE, and now he's finally out on his own and showcasing what he can do, and it's just awesome. And Damian Priest, man, what can I say about Damian Priest that hasn't already been said? He is one hell of a competitor. And one hell of a nice guy, man. I had the opportunity to meet him a couple of times. He's really really cool, and a fellow Boricua. So I got a rep for Puerto Rico. And it was just a cool moment to see him win the WWE World Championship at WrestleMania. After how hard he's worked. I pretty much followed him his entire career from the Indies to Ring of Honor to now, and man, he's just worked his ass off, and this is the reward for that. So major props to him, and man, this was a great match. Despite the interference from the Judgment Day, when Damian Priest said that he doesn't need them anymore, he wants to kind of do things on his own, and but the Judgment Day ended up still paying dividends for him, and they helped him get the win over main event Jey Uso. But Jey Uso will get another crack at the world heavyweight title before it's all said and done, and we'll just see where that goes. Next up was the semi-main event, which featured the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship on the line as the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane, took on Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. Bianca Belair was in the match for most of the match, and Jade Cargill got her little hot tag at the end. She took a little bit of punishment, but it was a relatively short time in the ring for Jade Cargill, which I understand because they're kind of giving her the AEW treatment, not really letting her wrestle really long period of time, and kind of just taking their time with her and developing her as a star. And now that she is in WWE, which I respect, Bianca Belair has always been on another level as far as the ladies go. So, and Asuka and Kairi Sane, I'll always be fans of theirs, man. Very, very fun to watch both of them. So these four ladies tore the house down, man. And like I said, that crowd in France was electric all night. So Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill are the new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. Good for major props to them. Respect. In the main event, of the show featured AJ Styles looking to dethroned the brand new WWE World Champion, the brand new WWE Undisputed Champion, I should say, Cody Rhodes, man. So Cody, as you know, Cody finished his story at WrestleMania 40, defeating Roman Reigns for the WWE Undisputed Championship, and this was his first title defense as champion. And Michael Cole, the commentator, kind of alluded to it on commentary as it kind of being the litmus test, for AJ, for Cody. AJ is a guy who's been doing this such a long time, and many consider him to be over the hill and done because of his age, but he can still go, and I personally believe that AJ is in the best shape of his life right now, and Cody had a hell of a match, hell of a test in front of him, I should say, and these two just again tore the house down, and Cody ended up coming out on top with against AJ, but it was definitely not an easy victory. But man, that was pretty much it for the show, and I kind of like these shorter pay per views because I'm all about quality and not quantity, and every match on the show was a good match, even though there were only 5 matches. It was a good pay per view, good time, 3 hours even, and not too short, but not too long either. Don't want to, you don't want every pay per view to be WrestleMania size, which is like 7 hours, and by the time the thing is over, everybody's tired out. So this was a good, nice size pay per view. Like I said, quality over quantity for me. But yeah, next up on the WWE side of things, there is the King and Queen of the Ring tournament going down at the end of May in Saudi Arabia, and let's just see how that goes. Because King of the Ring, growing up, was one of my favorite pay-per-views, so I can't wait to see who comes out king. Anyway, that is going to do it for this episode of the Classic Chronicles. Like, subscribe, share. Don't forget to hit that notification button so you don't miss a video. And I, of course, will see you guys on the next one. Peace.